remember she had much longer hair than she does today. She was engaged in conversation, and I remember just being captivated by her energy and her intelligence, and there was just a real lively spirit, and I was drawn immediately to it.
I met Emily in Ohio just after college. We had both accepted teaching jobs. We were teaching fellows in 2 different schools.
Well, I knew there was something special right from the beginning. I think the love came slowly as we were doing things together as a couple. And I think the stability of having somebody there to do things with on a regular basis is what solidified, in my mind, the love and the relationship.
And then eventually the party was going on, and we were talking more and more in the kitchen, and so it was fun, flirty and fun. I never expected it to go anywhere. It was definitely not my type.
Getting married by far was the best thing I've ever done in my life. I've definitely gone through periods of time where I wouldn't have ever made it without Amanda being with me, especially after the passing of my father. The 6 months was just deep and dark for me, and just coming home and knowing that Amanda was there and she knew what I needed or what I didn't need at that time.
We met here at church. It was about 8 or 9 years ago. Monty was new to the church, and somebody said that there was a new member that had the same last name as me. And I went over to meet him and wondered if we were related, and it turns out that we weren't.
When I first met Steve, it was actually 12 years ago. I had just come to Memorial from a church in Washington, D.C., and my first thought was, gosh, he's cute.
We met in the financial aid department while we were waiting to sign our paperwork for loans for school.
I was lingering in the financial aid office after I had done my work with them because it was a pretty long line, and we had a pretty good conversation. And honestly, I just wanted to I wanted to know her more. I wanted to see if I could get to know her a little bit better, because she was really clearly very intelligent.
I met Doug in church, actually, at St. Thomas Church in DuPont Circle when I was a first-year student at Virginia Theological Seminary in Alexandria, and was there with some other friends listening to a friend preach, and there was a big festival after service that day. And
we grew over time dating. We grew closer and closer together, and there comes a point, I can't put my finger on when it was, when it was just clear that we would spend the rest of our lives together.
Guy's sister, who had been a friend of mine for a long time, said to me, "Would you take my brother to a happy hour? He's feeling lonely and is looking for new friends." And I said, sure. I didn't even know she had a brother. Anyway, we had a blind date, and I took him as my guest to the happy hour, and we fell in love that night, and we've been more or less together ever since.
I met Pam on a blind date arranged by my sister. I went and bought half a dozen red roses, took them to her house, having never seen her before, and there was a decorator there in the house who answered the door and apparently came back to Pam and said, "I don't trust this man." I had just started growing a beard. It was probably a little scruffy. That was the beginning.
Most of the interns and residents were wearing white or light blue shirts and maybe a navy tie. Well, Rex came in with a green shirt and a pink tie or an orange tie. And he just looked very different than the other guys.
I'm very glad it was serendipitous that Marie took attention because of my mismatching. Did she take pity on me, or the fact that I'm a little off the regular mode? In a sense, convention could be a little bit boring.
It wasn't a decision so much as just a sense of knowing. There was a moment that I think it just felt like that was what we were supposed to do. We were meant to be together.
When you're with people who see you as a couple, who accept you as a couple, you end up feeling a lot more comfortable and being yourself more, and you can grow as a couple. You can grow together. You're not publicly defining your unit. You're just with people who accept you as a unit, as a group, as a couple.
He was supportive in every aspect of my ministry and helped me see what gifts and talents I had for ministry and called those out, and also called out the flaws that I had and the character traits I needed to work on in ministry. He calls it like it is and keeps me honest, and he challenges me when I know that I can do better.
I think the act of marriage for me was the announcement, the projection to the world of this is who I'm with. My family still is very old-fashioned in the sense of, well, you shouldn't be buying the milk for free, and all those old expressions of you should be a married couple and committed to each other, not just living together and so forth. So marriage was just an aspect of just making it legal. The commitment was already there for us.
The commitment of marriage, and we've learned this over the years too, is what gets you through the rough spots, what gets you through the times of when you say to yourself, what did I do this? Why am I with this person? And to get you through the hills and valleys from, when you say I do, you say for better or for worse, and nobody's expecting for worse. You're always expecting, oh, we're going to have these great times, it's going to be for better, for better, for better. And then all of a sudden, you go through the trials of life, and that public commitment of marriage, the ring on your finger, is gets you through those days when you're struggling.
Commitment is important because it's a matter of safety in the world today. It's a matter of integrity in the world today. And commitment to each other is the sustainable approach to life. People don't realize it when they are dating lots of people and not committed to anyone, but it's a lonely life. And you can see it taking its toll on lonely people, and living in a committed relationship is important to happiness.
Relationship I wanted someone to share my life with and to share my dreams with, someone to see the world with and to be together with and share all of life's excitements and just to be with. It's, I think, being with someone and coming home to someone, life is just so much more enjoyable where you come home and you know someone that you care for and cares for you is there. And Amanda and I think, became best friends before we did, in love or lovers or whatever. And I think that, having a wife as a best friend is just great. And there's nothing better. And, it was really special to, walk down that aisle and hear yourself announced as husband and wife and as a couple. I think, that engagement period where everyone's doting on you is probably one of the happiest times of my lives, and that's really what solidified our relationship at that time.